Now, if you are from Caribbean, you can't afford to miss watching this video. The Prime Minister of Barbados, Mottley, she has come out and exposed all Jamaica and Caribbean corrupt leaders. So kindly guys, watch this till the end, then I'll be back with more comment. I'm your host, Dash.
The time, who sees us and who hears us. We continue to be confronted by problems of blacklisting, which pale into insignificance when compared to climate change, but which destroy our financial sector. The illicit flow of weapons, such that the ease with which people can go into public spaces and shoot and kill others is now regarded as just another item on the news because we promote profit in the manufacture and trade of guns and weapons, of non-communicable diseases that strike down our people in the most insidious of ways because we allow diets that promote the prosperity of a few multinational corporations to become the norm of the day with the food that we eat and the lives that we live. And in the case within our own community, Belize and Guyana continue to face challenges to their territorial integrity. I suppose people feel that because we have talked so long about Belize and Guyana and Cuba, that we can continue to talk about climate change and these other things, and that it is okay for it to be another tick on a UN General Assembly speech. These are all threats to our stability, to the people's stability in our lands. But you know, since last we met, there are other instances and circumstances, not of our making, that may yet destabilize us. And we say it over and over, but we ask who is listening. And you know, we don't come with tales of woe only. The Caribbean has produced excellence. It really has. Nobel laureates, sportsmen who have excelled and are the best in the world of their type, artists, the best in the world of their type, leaders who have inspired previous generations and current generations. We don't come here as a proud people asking for handouts. We don't want and will not be mendicant. What we want, no, what we need is fiscal and policy space. Fiscal and policy space to achieve sustainable development, to be nimble, to adapt, and to innovate in ways that allow us to be true and faithful to the task of bringing prosperity to our people, or as in the theme of this General Assembly, to eradicate poverty, to educate our people, to include all such that there's not some outside and some inside. We want an international order equally that recognizes that there must be different policy prescriptions to suit the circumstances that we all have. And we can still be friends, small and large, north and south, Christian, Hindu, Muslim, all different races, all genders. An equitable and just international order that is truly built on the principles of justice and fairness for all and not just for some. A United Nations that recognizes that as 74 years old, we must be able to have difficult conversations as mature people and solve them. Many in the developing world were persuaded or required to abandon policies that were designed for the majority of our population to be transformed. And those policies were fashioned to adopt a consensus that was settled in Washington, D.C. and named thereafter. And that ultimately, regrettably, was about the consolidation of wealth in the hands of a very few. And that's why we have seen the growing inequality that we have seen in the world over the last few decades. That is why too many people over the world have become cynical about governments and about the benefits that they can bring to them. The fueling of the greed of a few threatens to undermine what little gains we have made since independence. And we judge ourselves harshly because independence is a recent phenomenon for us. Others who have taken 150 years to get where they have gotten are still stumbling and falling. And you want to judge those who have had less than 50 or 60 years to operate in a world that has not been made in their image and that does not reflect their interests. This is the fate, my friends, of simply too many. And Mr. President, despite our small sizes, the 14 countries of the Caribbean community have been able to play leadership roles of international import. I can't stand here today without talking about St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that has become the smallest nation of the world ever to be elected to the Security Council to sit on it. We are proud of them. In addition, and I want to speak to this, because when CARICOM was confronted with the unfolding situation in Venezuela, I accompanied the then chairman of CARICOM, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, to meet in this building with the UN Secretary General in January of this year. And we met with many delegations, and some said we were wasting our time, and some said the time for talk was already over. And we said then, as we say almost 9 months later, the time for dialogue, the time for talk, my friends, can never be over in a world that wants peace and prosperity. We don't take sides, but what we know is that you cannot propel war over dialogue. The people of Venezuela must be allowed to decide their own future in accordance with the principles of the United Nations Charter. Principles of non-intervention, non-interference, prohibition of the threat or use of force, respect for the rule of law, human rights, and democracy. It is regrettable that other multilateral organizations have not followed their own charters. And that is what makes the actions of our Secretary General of the UN more laudable, for refusing to breach his own charter and take actions even though member states have hurled into the recognition of those unelected. Our Caribbean Sea must remain a zone of peace, and for that we shall fight. Mr. President, I speak plainly and without fear, because from independence, Barbados' foreign policy has been premised on the simple principle of friends of all, satellites of none. Barbados, therefore, has always remained and will remain proud.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video and you have seen the powerful speech from Mia Mottley. One thing I really love about Mia Mottley is she's that one of the fearless Caribbean leaders. She always come out and fight the rights of the black people in the Caribbean, and not only the black people in the Caribbean, also she has been always defending Africa. She has been always defending the black people in America, in the Europe, the diaspora people. So one thing I really love about Mia Mottley is she always fight the rights of the black people wherever they are. And also Mia Mottley, she is known for coming out and calling those puppet and corrupt leaders in the Caribbean. She don't entertain nonsense. That it is one of the reasons to why she is a CARICOM leader. She always come out and don't entertain the puppet and corrupt leaders, and that's why you can see she is now coming out and calling the Caribbean leaders to come out and work according to the will of the people. And also guys, I have some of the comment from you guys that you have come out and listened to what Mia Mottley she has come out and say. So let us read the comment and see what people they have come out and say to according to what Mia Mottley she has come out and say. So this one is saying that listening to this lady, I know she is a real woman and a great serve for her country, not like Jamaica vampire prime minister. So majority of Jamaicans they have been also complaining about their prime minister simply because their prime minister is like a sellout leader, because we have been seeing Jamaicans have been coming out complaining of how Chinese they are taking over, how Jamaica government it has given so much opportunity to the foreigners. You can imagine the government of Jamaica, it has come out and allow the Chinese people to come out and do business in Jamaica for a period of 5 years without paying tax. You can imagine. And the Jamaicans, they cannot go even a day without paying tax. But for Chinese, they are doing business for a period of 5 years without paying tax. So because of that, we have been seeing the Chinese majority of Chinese coming in Jamaica. They've been opening their business because their business is tax free. They have been doing so much business. They've been doing business to a point whereby the locals they've been forced to shut their business because they cannot compete with the people who are not paying tax, but for them they are paying tax. So because of that, it has forced the local to shut down their business. And right now, when you go to Jamaica, you will see the big businesses it is being owned with the Chinese people, and the government and the prime minister of Jamaica he has just keep quiet and allow this to happen. But you can see when the Jamaicans they are going to Chinese, they cannot also be allowed. When Jamaica they are going to China, they cannot be allowed to do a business without paying tax for a period of 5 years. You can imagine how this it is. So you can see the Chinese they can do business without paying tax for 5 years, but a Jamaica cannot go to China and do a business without paying tax. And also we have been seeing how the Chinese people they have been acquiring land, how they have been buying land in Jamaica. But for a Jamaican to go and buy a land in China, they cannot be allowed. So this also that's why you can see majority of Jamaicans they are so angry with their prime minister because of giving more opportunity to the foreigners than the Jamaican people. This one saying that you are one of the greatest leader the Caribbean ever produced in the 21st century. Blessing my sister. Exactly, Mia Mottley, she's that one of the respected Caribbean leaders because she's don't entertain nonsense. That's why majority of people in the Caribbean they love Mia Mottley. This was saying that agree mama, talk truth from Jamaica, love you. We as Jamaican have to get rid of Jamaica PM. This one saying that Jamaica government should wake up and stop praising their oppressors. Exactly, Jamaica government should wake up and stop praising their oppressors. This was saying that the disparity she is doing what Jamaica present leader can't do. Exactly, whatever Mia Mottley she's doing, the Jamaican present leader they cannot do. This one saying that if I could find one person this patriotic, far-sighted, insightful, and foresightful in my country like Prime Minister Mia Mottley, I would vote. So this one is a Jamaican. She's saying that if we could get a leader like Mia Mottley in Jamaica, he could vote. This is to tell you that majority of Jamaicans they are really tired with their prime minister, and that's why you can see they really love this leader. This was saying that leader with guts and substance are fearless leaders indeed. This one is saying that corrupt Jamaica. So you can see the Jamaica corruption it is very high, and that's why you can see majority of Jamaicans they are really angry with their prime minister simply because he has become a Western puppet, and also he is like he's selling out the country. Because how comes you can allow the Chinese to come in and do and operate in Jamaica and own the the businesses and own the land with the big businesses in Jamaica? So this tell you that the Jamaican prime minister is like a sellout leaders. This one saying that I have listened to her speech and I am yet to hear her say anything about corrupted leaders from Jamaica. Jamaica. This one is saying that Barbados leaders are doing what the Jamaican leader can only dream about. This was saying that I wish he could be my president. Where do we find such great leader with a great charisma? Exactly. Now these are kind of the leaders that we need right now, because I'm telling you that black people now, we are waking up and we have started to call those leaders who are puppet, those leaders who are not working according to the will of the people. We are now calling them and we want them to be removed. We are tired of leaders who are becoming puppet, the leaders who are selling out our resources. And that's why you can see there is a generation Gen Z. So this generation, it wants to make sure that those leaders, they work according to the will of the people. This was saying that somewhere young man, manly will not allow it. That's what happened when you have weak leaders. This was saying that big up Mia from Jamaica. So this one saying that where did she this one is saying that why are you all politicizing the lady's speech? She is talking about the this one is saying that so this one saying that let me tell you what's wrong with Jamaica. We get independence from England from 1961, and up till now our condition that we are in hardly change because of our corrupt government. Tell me, how comes we get independence and still ruled by the England government? Because we still have a governor general that represent the Queen of England. How she oh, so sorry guys, let me just read again. Let me just repeat so that we can get this message. This was saying that let me tell you what's wrong with Jamaica. We get independence from England from 1961, and up till now our condition that we are in hardly changed because of our corrupt government. Tell me, how comes we get independent and still ruled by the England government? Because we still have a governor general that represent the Queen of England. Now she is dead. It's now the King of England. Our parliament represent England at the opening of parliament. The way they always say God save the Queen. Now is God save the King, when we should be asking God to save us from the King. The only way we are going to get better is when we get rid of this puppet government. We need a government like Ibrahim Traore. That's why we want Africa to unite and become powerful, that Africa can help free us from the grip of those monsters. We need Africa to intimidate them to free us up. We are children of Africa, just like Barbados out ties with their colonial master, and now they are a republic. We want the same. God bless you all and one love. Exactly. So this one is highlighted what is happening in Jamaica. You know, Jamaica got its independence in 1961, and you can see they are not yet free, because you can see the head of state, you can see it is the king. It was the Queen Elizabeth, but right now the queen died, and she was replaced by the king. So right now you can see Jamaica, it is being now represented from England with the king. So this tell you that the king, the head of state, it is still the colonizers, and Jamaica, they were given free independence. That's why the Jamaica, they need a strong government which will make sure that they are free, they are from these hands of the colonizers. And that's why you can see Jamaica, it is now developing so far, simply because they are not yet free. They were given fake independence, and that's why Jamaica, they want their leaders to at least make sure that they are given their free independent, not a fake independent, but a legit independent. So kindly guys, you can also share your thought on the comment section. If you are watching me from Jamaica or any country in the Caribbean, you can also share your thought. I'll be reading it in my next video. So thanks so much guys. Subscribe if you haven't liked this video, share and also comment. See you on my next one guys. Bye bye.